And I went live early because I really want to catch this other content creator on this other story I'm following, and he's going live in about 40 minutes. So I said, let me go live first and talk about what I want to talk about with my followers. So I'm going to chill for a moment and let people come into the room or do some sharing of my own so that people can come in the room and we can talk about it. I know that my description says that we have a special guest, but we don't. Or a recording of a special guest. That's what I was really trying to do, get a recording of a special guest that had spent some time in the penitentiary and could give us a little insight on prison justice overall and why he would have been so scared after he was who he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so scared now, bro? Um, so that is what I am going to be talking about today. So for right now, what I'm going to do is I am going to get some people in the room by sharing my life, and then we're going to start talking about it. And if you don't even know who this guy is, Jarvis Butts, like you just like new, I'm going to explain to you who he is too. So just hold on. We're going to do all that. We going to do it all. We gonna do it all. We gonna explain to you who he is. See, we gonna do it all. Welcome into the chat, everybody. Welcome in. I am at this moment trying to share the the link real quick so that we can get some people in the room. We can talk about this Jarvis Butts guy found dead. You know what I'm saying? Or unalive. That's what I'm supposed to say. Oh, found unalive. He was found in his cell. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. Um, you hear me? 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 Um, so if you are anywhere around, y'all want to talk about it real quick? Let's talk about it real quick. And what have you not? Hey, my first thought when I heard he passed away that it was in. Look, that's what I really want to talk about today. A little bit of that because I did have an opportunity to talk to somebody that spent an extensive amount of time in prison, and it's really not too far fetched that that happened. Um, but that's a conspiracy. He could have did it, or eyes could have been turned. I mean, but it's just the strange part about it was, man, he was still like what they call it, what they were calling in reception. And by the way, welcome in Rose. Um, and reception is just like land of nowhere for them. So it's well here in the state I reside in, it's land of nowhere. I don't know how much freedom they had in the Michigan State prison. I would love to know somebody that could tell me that. Um, but I don't know nobody in Michigan to ask that question to, because I would have. How are you today, by the way? And I was going to have some questions proposed to him and recorded so that we could take some time and hear from that perspective, because he didn't even, he was like, to me, right? So before I get too deep into it, I really want to say this to everybody because I am going to show the news report and all that good stuff, but I want to just start at the people that might not know whatever we're talking about who is Jarvis Butts and what was he accused of. Well, Jarvis Butts is a guy who was accused of transitioning a young lady by the name of Naziah Harris, and also accused of essaying several minors, including his own daughter, at about the age of 4 years old. And he was sentenced like 2 weeks ago because he ended up taking a plea deal. Ultimately, everybody was geared up to go to court. Everybody was geared up to see what was going to happen because, y'all, I don't know about you, but that preliminary hearing had me on the edge of my seat, right? So I could just imagine what the actual trial would have been had he chose to go to trial. But one of the things I could say is when you look at him, right now, he do look defeated. And he could have been looking defeated this whole time, but we were never able to see because he wore the mask every time he came into a courtroom. So we never got to see what his face looks like. But he does look like he is severely defeated. What I'm going to say, and this is alleged, though, that when he got to reception, he did get a couple of knots upside his head. That is alleged, but that's what they say. Yeah, she did a great interview. I seen that too. Don't worry about what my body's saying. I'm just now really trying to get my body in order. So thank you for helping me, though. I love you for writing in the chat so I could see the different things that my body's like attacking right away. So I hope that wasn't too offensive towards you, love. We just really trying to start off our total YouTube channel. So thank you for being here. But yeah, she actually did really give a right. But I'm training it too though, girl. So you gotta put a little bit of it on me. Look, she like, damn, but I'm with you. But some of it go on me, the trainer. You know what I mean? So I'm training it right now. And so I don't want my audience or anybody that's coming to support me to think that, it's me right now. So hang with me, girl. I'm going to have it together. The next time you come on True Crime Friday or Journey Talk, if you're into that, because Journey Talks is on Saturday, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, okay, she got it together. And I can credit you for helping me to get it together. So if you one of them type of friends, then welcome aboard. Oh, welcome aboard. And if you do exclamation point SO, a surprise will come up for you. So put exclamation point SO in the chat for me and a surprise will come up for you. But needless to say, that was so funny and so fun. Thank you so much. He couldn't make it in reception, which I'm telling you, here in my state, reception is the land of nothingness. It's like you can't even make calls. Like 90 days of really not being able to do much. It ain't no walking around and all this jazz. So, and welcome, love. So that part is like he really was like he really was scared. So that's why I was saying, but as I was talking about it overall, I was like, so I want to know, how far fetched is it? Now I'm gonna go off a little bit off the trail, but I'm gonna get back on the trail, right? So don't worry. I have a conspiracy theory about Epstein too. I don't believe he gone nowhere. I believe that was all just staged. He's somewhere living the life. If you ask me, I don't think he did anything to himself. Now, that's what gives me this conspiracy theory, is that somebody could have got to him and got to him quick. Hey Nia, how you doing, love? Welcome. Um so because all I had to do was a certain people turn their eye to whatever was happening. And I low key was listening to uh, uh um a medium, and she was pulling cards, right? And she said no. Like, from the energy that she got, the energy she got was that something happened. So I don't know, but when we really think about it all together, I believe that it's a possibility. It's a possibility. You have to 100% trust that there's not a conspiracy, and we know that there's conspiracies and everything. So if y'all think I done made a conspiracy, then put in there exclamation point alleged for me, because I don't want to get in trouble. So put in there exclamation point alleged for me, because I don't want to get in trouble. So he was sentenced to the 35 to 60 years, which really, to me, was way under what he should have got for all the things that he did do, right? And so that bothers me a little bit, but he would have been like 70 something when he got out. But instead he decided to take the coward's way out. That's the coward's way out. That's what I say. He couldn't even go in there and get whooped on one good time. I heard he did get whooped on one good time. We don't promote violence on this channel either, but I'm just saying, I did hear that. Like, allegedly, he did get whooped on already. Like, but when? Because this is his recent booking photo, and she did say that. She did say that. The honorable judge did say that it should have been life. But at the same time, didn't you find it interesting, Rose, that they had said, I'm so glad you're here with me today, but didn't you find it interesting, Rose, that they said that they said that he told them something. He did tell them something. And apparently what he told them was acceptable, but they're never releasing it to the public. Did you hear that? They said they're not releasing what they said to the public. And even the cousin, Roxy, I believe in her interview, said that they gave it to the very people that should be probably, should be doing something too. They showed them what he said. So whatever he said was acceptable for the plea. I'm interested in what he said. I'm really interested. I want to know what he said. Because if we don't find out what he said, then it's gonna be rumors. I want to know what he said. Right. But the other thing that I was thinking, guys, like, this is just all my conspiracy. Rumors run wild. You know what I'm saying? What's alleged today could be verified tomorrow. We're not sure, right? So, but I was thinking the reason why he really did what he did was because, it's another content creator, and I'm sorry, guy, because I can't remember your name, but I do be listening to your content. And he played what he claimed to be a call while he was in reception, but like I said, I don't know how they do it in Michigan, but that would not have been a thing in Cali. That what he did that, so I'm not sure. Um, I know, you know what, Rose. I think if they would have found the girl, I think that we would know that. This is my conspiracy is that he did something gruesome, and he couldn't. And what he did something gruesome before he dumped him. So you know, because he had power tools, he had different stuff where he could have did something gruesome in some spot we didn't know nothing about after the fact. Because it's not like he got picked up right away. So. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome in. Once again, we are talking about Jarvis Butts and the information lack thereof right now, but the fact that he did transition himself. He transitioned himself yesterday, apparently. But we are thinking that, hey, could it have been some prison justice, even though they're saying it's not? Could it have been some prison justice? Could it have um, been where he needed to tell what and where Naziah was, and he refused to, and he knew that he was not going to be able to step a foot on a prison yard, because that's the part. They might not never find that baby. Because I also heard that there were 3 different remains found in the same river that he said that he dumped her in that same time of year. And so it's almost like, well, why did yours get away? Like these other people got found, but you know, yours didn't. That doesn't make sense. Or at the end of the day, maybe not even a cover up, Rose love. Maybe just flat out okay, girl. You know, I really don't know either, baby. Look, Ari, I don't know either, right? Because I be twisting back and forth between, do I believe he said anything, or do I believe it doesn't matter what he said because it was a lie, first of all, right? And he did something so gruesome with her remains that he can't say because he already knows that there is no remains to be had. So he had to tell them something now, because that was part of the plea. So he told them something. But what the something is, it was like we was talking about earlier. They're saying that they're not going to release his statement, the statement he made for the plea, to the public. So if they're not going to release it to the public, then what did he say? I think he just said the same thing that they suspected in the first place. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that that's true. So, y'all, that's wild. But he was unresponsive there. Anybody in here from Michigan or Detroit know how I work down there in a reception center? Because I'm interested. I know it can't work because it ain't no. I don't see, what did he do? They ain't even telling us what he did, y'all. Y'all know that? Have y'all searched and looked to see if they even, because
now to our other big story at 5. Jarvis Butts, the man convicted of killing 13-year-old Naziah Harris and sexually assaulting her and other girls, is dead after weeks after being sentenced. His body found at a...
So, Ari, if they believe he's lying, then that means the plea deal would be null and void. So they had to believe him, because if they didn't believe him, then the plea of being truthful. So there has to be something that he told them. Hey, you could call me Jazz. Exclamation point SO. So everybody will know you here. Um uh so even I don't, we can't say the authorities or the prosecutor or anything believe that he was lying, because that would be contrary to what he would have needed to do, which was make a truthful statement. Um so yeah, no, I don't think so on that one. Yeah, I don't think so on that one. I think that they believe whatever he said. And they might just be going with the same thing that he's always said, because that's what the thing they keep repeating from these, from whatever evidence they gathered when they found the clothes. Let's listen more.
A prison intake center in Jackson. Fox News' Lauren Edwards is live in Detroit with reaction tonight. Lauren.
Yes, ma'am.
Rube, just as you said, Jarvis Butts was found dead, and this happening 2 weeks after he was sentenced for killing Neziah Harris. And just the location of her body is basically, at this point, it's a bit of a mystery. Detroit police are on it, but let's get into all the details, because there is so much that you need to know. Now, this is the Charles Edgler Reception and Guidance Center in Jackson. It's a prison intake.
Okay, so I agree with you, Rose. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, how would you know he's telling the truth, right? But if you listen to the judge earlier on 2 Channel, she did say, well, they normally have to give you something that you can corroborate, right? And that's why I believe that they're still going back to when they originally found the clothing that had her DNA on it. As, look, this is what I did. You know what I'm saying? Because it would line up with the, once again, exclamation point alleged and exclamation point of rumors, y'all, in the chat for me. Because then it would line up with him staging the scene as if that's what he did. But most of us don't believe that's what he did. I don't believe that's what he did. I don't. Simply because of the whole other 3 remains that was found in the same river at the same time. Like, okay, well, what? That just doesn't make sense. That they couldn't recover, and they had already recovered 3 prior to that. That just doesn't make sense to me. Let's listen into what kind of facility this is. Now, this facility is a reception center. It's like I was talking about earlier. At these reception center, what is happening at the reception center is they're basically getting classified at this time, right? They're finding out, which prison is best suited for them, for their medical needs, for their mental needs, or for their level, depending on what they're going in there for. That's what this reception center is for. So when I say that he hadn't made it out of reception yet, that means that Jarvis had not actually made it to prison yet. He is just in a reception center.
Center, where the Michigan Department of Correction confirms that Jarvis Butts' body was found 2 weeks ago. 43-year-old Butts was sentenced in the murder of 13-year-old Neziah Harris, sentenced to 35 to 60 years. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, and as a part of the plea deal, he was supposed to provide information as to where her body was. And Wayne County Prosecutor's Office says he did exactly that. Harris was last seen in January 2024, and prosecutors say she met up with Butts the day that she disappeared, and she was pregnant. Allegedly, Butts, the father of that child. And fast forward Thursday, MDOC says he took his own life. MDOC says the staff tried to save his life but were unsuccessful. Fox 2 spoke with Harris's cousin Roxy, who was
so they say he took his own life, right? And that they tried to save him. So what did he do to himself? I really want to know, y'all. Like, because there are only a few things, right? They say, look, Jay, that's all up in the air too, because they say that they did, but they say that they didn't. But that one text message where Shannon texts Jarvis telling her, I don't know what you and Desire got going on, but I hope you like the noodles where you going, that type of sentence, knew that he was doing something he didn't have no business doing. And basically what this grown woman did was place a behavior on a child that she shouldn't have. I mean, that is bottom line. Because you know how some women can be like, oh, they just being fast and they this and they that, right? So, trust me. But it's a couple of things you could do. You know what I mean? It's a couple of things that you could do. And I don't really know this reception center that much, but I don't see them having shoestrings and stuff like that, you know. But they still give him bed sheets and things. So there's some things that he could have done, but that's just wild. Oh, but you know it happens all the time. It happens all the time. All the time. All the time. Well, she was being fast. You know, no. No, 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 no. Because there ain't no way that text message, they just don't make sense that you would send that text message and you know something is going on and you would still allow this man around these kids. Like, no.
Out of town about what happened and the concerns the family still has.
We ultimately, want to still know where she is because we still don't have those answers. We just want to lay her to rest and things like that. So there's still a lot of unanswered questions, and him doing, deciding to take his own life was unexpected, literally 2 weeks after the sentencing. He made his bed, he got to lay in it. I think it was a bit of a cowardly way out, but he made his bed.
It definitely was the coward's way out. But at the end of the day, so this is how it kind of works. This is what I was told, because like I said, I had a conversation with somebody. I was hoping to record them today, but he couldn't get here for me. But and the way it works here in my state is it really is all your race, of course, and that's probably in most states, your race, and if you're affiliated with any major groups, gangs or whatever the case may be, because when you go to prison, they have to, your group has to deal with you if it's something to be dealt with. They give your group the first chance to do whatever, right? And then after that, he probably wasn't going to make it anyways. He was not making it in prison. There's just like absolutely no way. His case is too big. First of all, it ran around the whole world and everybody knows about it. Look at her. You know what I mean? And there are people that are waiting on you in there. And that's that. But the thing about it was, he never made it to prison, y'all. He had to be really in fear of what was going to happen to him. Because on that other guy's channel, he said, oh, you're going to have to tell where she is. And if you tell where she is, we will let you walk the yard. So my family tell me that that's bogus, because ain't no one person going to allow anything. And everybody wouldn't go for it. So more than likely, he wouldn't have lasted. I mean, come on, look at Jeffrey Dahmer, who I'm talking about, right? He lasted longer than that. Jeffrey lasted longer than that. And I didn't even think he would last that long. Oh, I believe we got cheated when they made that plea deal. And the only reason why I think the public, us at large, believe we got treated, because we really don't know what he said. We don't know what he said. They said that they're going to continue to investigate, but, what are they investigating? Where did he say he put that?
So he has to lay in it.
So again, the prosecutor's office saying that Butts did provide information, and then she referred us over to Detroit Police Department, and we spoke with DPD, and they say that they are investigating, they are searching for her body, and that they are looking into every lead. Please stick with Fox 2 as this continues to develop. Reporting live here in Detroit, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
Y'all hear it? So he told them something, and they tend to believe it. That is why his plea, that's why the sentencing and everything happened, because he told them something. We just don't know what that something is. We're all speculating that it's still the river, but the way it sounds like we're looking for her body, we're continuing to investigate. Maybe he did tell them that he buried her somewhere or something. Like, who knows? What y'all think? That's the part I don't get. Well, you know what? I guess I kind of do get it. This case is so big. Can you imagine telling the public that you believe that she's on land somewhere where it wouldn't take a whole bunch of this to search? What that would turn into? These internet streets is vicious, y'all. These content creators is vicious. They look how they doing poor Nancy Guthrie and them, Savannah and them. Some of them is being civil, but a lot of them they making a circus in front of them people's house. The internet is ruthless. You call for help on the internet, it's just like telling the whole world that you want all your business out in the streets, because they find everything about you and put it out in the public like that got something to do with something. I'm telling you, I think it's that. I think they scared that the public might drag the place. Especially, think about it though, y'all. If it's on land, do y'all know how many people would be over there disrupting and just whatever? Mm-hmm. It would have to be the FBI would have to be involved in all of that to keep people away. It would be y'all. I'm telling you. I am telling you.
Now, Lauren, I know that obviously people who are being transported are being supervised. Any idea as to if this happened at a time that he just wasn't being watched, or any of those details?
You know, Ruth, there's so many questions as to exactly how this all unfolded. Those are questions that I have, that you have, that we hope to get answers about, when and how all this exactly happened. So all I can say at this time is that please continue to stick with us. As I get these updates, I will be delivering them.
Lauren Edwards for us live tonight. Thank you. Now to our other big story at 5. Jarvis Butts, the man convicted of...
Okay, so I want to see if Detroit News came up with something new today that gives us any more insight than what we have. I think they do know. I think they have a very good idea that they believe whatever he said. Fox 2 is on right now. They streaming live, but it don't look like they streaming live. Nothing that's gonna help us. I'm trying to see for us, y'all. I'm trying to see for us real quick. See what I could come up with. See if I see anything that would be interesting for us to learn right now. Fox News is live. I wonder if they're going to give an update on it. And y'all know that other Detroit girl that had came up missing over the, like about a week ago? They found her and some 27-year-old man had her. Y'all, these people are sick. Y'all. It don't look like they gave us no updates. Y'all. Because if we would have had some, we would have been able to see it. Because it was just wild to me. And last time when I showed y'all the sentencing, how he was looking, that's why I was trying to say I believe that the daughter broke him. I believe the daughter broke him, y'all. That's what I believe happened. Yeah, I think they do know. I really do think they know, y'all. For real, I do. But yeah, there's different things, So he didn't make it out of reception, y'all. That's just too bad for him. We was only on here for a little short time. I told y'all we won't be on here that long because I really just wanted to talk about this real quick. Y'all come back for Journey Talk tomorrow. We're gonna do an interview for getting married after you done been married. You know what I'm saying? And how do you actually say I do again? That's tomorrow on tomorrow's Journey Talk here on Domesticated Me. Y'all should join me for that discussion. We're going to be interviewing somebody. You guys can join in on it. How do you really trust again after something like that? And I don't see how anybody can have this person 2:30. I don't see how anybody could have this person in their life and trust anybody ever again. I'm telling you. The auntie Shannon should never want another man. Ever. Or anybody. Because you're not a good judge of character at all. I would be so scared. I would be so scared, y'all. So scared to even be involved in that. LOL. I say I don't. What you talking about, Rose? You talking about the Journey Talk I was talking about? Girl. Journey Talk, we talk about a lot of good stuff. And last Journey Talk, we talked about how our fathers are our first loves. And we discovered that through All Jazzed Up, who is an author who wrote her first book and published it. And it's called Her Little Black Book. You could go back and watch the episode if you want. She reads us poems out of it and all of that. We're here to help people live and love. Even and talk about stuff that don't even seem like it is. But you know what? What the twist is to this story about Jarvis is it really brought a lot of group of people together to show love for this young lady. Even though the love was after she gone, at least the good thing about it was that came about it. Her auntie is working on some projects in her name. This one, Domesticated Me, is this channel. I just do it on Saturdays. So put your notification bell on. We do true crime on Fridays and we do Journey Talks on Saturdays. Yes, we do Journey Talks on Saturdays. And we have fun in here. And we are not restricted. We don't play no titles or none of that stuff. We know that I know. And I will tell the truth. Nothing but the truth. I know I need y'all to succeed. So because I need y'all to succeed, I'm saying I'll never do it again. Look, that's a thing for tomorrow. Rose, come by tomorrow and talk about why you would never do it again. You know what I mean? I'm a two-time I've been married twice, so I'm going to lend some of my own experience also to the conversation. Um, and at this point, I don't know if I could ever do it again, but I don't want to lock love out. You feel me? And that's what I'm trying to say. Even though it's in her transition, there's still a love thing about it, and we have to understand. Like, those that know me well, and two of my friends is on here, and they gonna know I'm about to say this right. Every event is an opportunity. Every event is an opportunity for us to do something great. And unfortunately, the event is one that we would never want to live, for anybody, but it is an opportunity to do something great. It is an opportunity to save another child. You know, it is an opportunity to show love to another person, give smiles and things like that. Um, I ain't gonna propose to you. Maybe not. I might on one bended knee. And um and so, like, who knows, you know? And then we think about it. It's like almost like, let's just take the Amber Alert for instance, right? Now, Amber's parents did not want to lose her in that tragic way, I'm sure. But look what really came out of her passing. Millions of children probably have been saved from her transition, you know. So if we think about things that bring light and love and light to any situation, any event is an opportunity for us to grow, and for us to be great, and for us to actually live through our purpose, right? Because we each have a unique purpose, one that nobody else on this universe has. So, um, and that is just basically what it is. And do somebody want to say, oh well, her purpose wasn't to do this, that, or the other thing? No, but her purpose was to do all of the great wonderful things that come behind a tragedy. That is for sure. Because look at what got behind her. And she's such a beautiful young lady. Look at all the people that got behind her, that rallied for her, you know. And now people that might have not even been on the internet is on the internet, and they've made wonderful friends and wonderful connections, and they're able to use their unique talents with each other and for each other. Come on now. So, there are some good things to come, and I think that we should be watching her cousin, I'm sorry, Roxy, to see what she does, and if there's anything that we could do, donate to any cause that she's doing, we should do it. Because guess what? This is really what it's all about. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. As a victim myself, and I often tell my story, and I've told my story before. Um, Sometimes the flags aren't there. The other thing that people need to understand, kids don't just tell. Sometimes we do wait until we in our 20s to say anything. Um, it is a horrible secret in our communities. Uh-huh. And if you have it, and I believe the reason why our communities, I'm talking about the AAs, the African Americans, keep it such a hush hush secret, is because it's so taboo. It's so taboo, but it's the uncles, it's the cousins, the older brothers, you know, it's them. And they know not what they do. I had the conversation before, simply because this is the one thing that I've learned in life. And it's because we do such a thing. That's why I said what I said earlier about her sending that note, because basically, instead of doing what she should have did, which was stand up for the child, she sent a note to the predator blaming the child to make him, in his deranged type head, think that what he was doing was okay. Like, you're going to get a pass because I don't know what y'all got going on. What could a grown man have going on with a 13-year-old child? So it is the support of those around you. It's the support of those around you. And they be, for me, in my whole situation, which I'm not going to tell right now, right here, because I will start weeping. My TikTok family know me. Apparently, Shannon, that's one of the text messages that she texts. That's like the most gruesome text message. That's when they caught her in the lie. That she didn't know they was texting. Because she texted him and said that. And that came up in the Texas. That she texted him and said, I don't know what you and Nazira got going on, but I hope you like those noodles where you going. So she knew something. And just wanted somebody else to catch her. So it could be her secret. So, so it could be the family secret. And they could bust out and say, oh, we never knew. But they didn't know it was going to go this far. I'm telling you. I know. I was crying this over the weekend over somebody because they was talking to me and they was saying they was upset because now their daughter is 40 and she just really released a lot of the things that happened to her. And I said, well, see, the thing about it is you think it's easy to walk up to your parents and tell them that somebody is touching you that's in your family or whatever the case may be. It's not that easy, first of all. I'm telling you as a victim, it's not that easy. It is not. And I don't think it was no easier in the 70s when it was happening to me than it is right now today for a young woman to go tell her parent or tell somebody, because at the end of the day, it appears that they know. Like they keep leaving you with that person. What are you leaving me with this person for? You got to know who this person is. This person didn't wake up and started sneaking and doing this. And at the end of the day, when I think about the person did it to 6, 7, 8 women in the family. So y'all, there's no way y'all knew. Y'all didn't know. It's too many. It was you turned a blind eye to it. And this is the same thing with Jarvis Butts. It's just that the person I'm talking about didn't turn out to be a Jarvis Butts. But probably could have, because I'm telling you, if you want my conspiracy, Jarvis never wanted her out of here. He wanted the fetus out of here. And whatever little AB he did is why she's out of here. The AB went bad. She was. And you see, well, I ain't going to talk about people because I don't want to be like that. But she did. She looked like she had low self-esteem. I'm not going to lie. She looked like she had some type of low self-esteem. And maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Because all, women that look a certain way don't have low self-esteem. They still be loving themselves. But she didn't look like that. She looked like she had low self-esteem. She really do. And you look at him and you look at her, you probably be like, oh, what do he see in me? He see a fool. Y'all, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. And I don't apologize for that either, but for real. Because she looked like she really did. So, oh yeah. Rose, I believe she probably was. Yep. So you guys don't forget to join my Discord and drop the cases that you want us to review here on Friday nights or things y'all want to talk about on Friday nights. We building a solid community over here and I want you to be part of my journey. So make sure y'all come through, like, subscribe, share with your people, come through. Let's build our own community. It's no drama. It's a drama-free zone over here. We're not going to be doing that at all. Period and point blank. We're drama-free. So don't forget about it. Jazz, you would never guess. I got it, Jazz. She probably was. That's for real. I'm really like, yes, see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really, y'all here. Look, what is really going on with this different stuff? A baby impounded in a car? Come on. We on the case, y'all. Don't even trip. We on the case. Um, I will check y'all out tomorrow for sure. And deuces.